Welcome back, everybody, to the Arizona State Sun Devils legacy here on College Hoops 2K8. I know it's been a minute. My apologies. MLB The Show has been a little bit too much fun for me. As we got this back here, going to get through a little bit of the end of November and start of December. We have a game at number 4, Michigan State. I'm going to simulate it. Then we're going to play the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils, led by Big Tuna himself, Richard Rivers Jr., sim a game against North Dakota, and then play against the Georgia Bulldogs. So here's a look at the stats after our first 3 games, the Maui Invitational, in which we went 1-2, finishing in 6th place out of 8 teams in the tournament. Not great. James Harden, our leading scorer, Dakota Collier, the only other player in the double figures. We got a bunch of guys here in like the 5s, 6s, 7s. I feel like I'd like to find an alpha scorer off the bench. I haven't really found that yet. Dean Balkson, Deshaun Carter, Rylan Fountain, all good options. But I feel like we need that Lou Williams type of guy off the bench to really be able to score in bunches. So here's a look at recruiting. I didn't really do a whole lot, and I'm not the best with recruiting in this game. This is really my first legacy I've done on this game, so I'm not the best with recruiting. So if you have tips, please let me know. We only have 3 scholarships. I want to use them wisely. Denara's Prophet is 100% interested, considering offering him a scholarship. We're going after a few 4-stars as well, and then we're looking at one 5-star player, a forward from New York. He goes by the name of Wendell McGreen, the number 21 overall player in the entire country. So I want to use these 3 scholarships wisely and make sure I can get the players I want. There's also a guy down here named Smacky Doumbouya, which is funny because I'm a Pistons fan. We have Sekou Doumbouya. S. Doumbouya is not necessarily like a common name, and this guy kind of looks like Sekou. I'm not even going to lie. So I kind of want to get him too for the memes. So as I said, we would start off by simulating this Michigan State game, and spoiler alert, we obviously lose unsurprisingly. We only lost by 18. I suppose it could have been worse. On the road, taking a top team. They're benched into a whole lot, only 14 points. Their starters are what killed us. 4 of the 5 guys for them in the double figures. For us, only 1 starter scored in double figures. That was Dakota Collier with 13 points. Off the bench, 14 for Deshaun Carter, 10 for Dean Balkson, only 8 for James Harden. He only took 8 shots. I'd like to see him take more. So now the home opener, the 1-3 Arizona State Sun Devils trying to avenge this slow start. They'll be taking on the 0-6 the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils, led by a superstar freshman, Richard Rivers Jr. at the power forward spot. He's in a starting lineup with 4 seniors, so I mean, he's really going to have to carry this team this year and beyond. As here's Jakub Novic, the freshman from Serbia, getting multiple offensive rebounds, 3rd time to the charm as he finally puts it in. 7'4", 283 pounds. He is a mismatch in the interior and on the exterior as well. He can shoot a little. Jake Jackson misses the 3, but guess who's there with the board? Jakub Novic making it look easy. Sun Devils up big early as here is Dakota Collier. Over to Novic. He's going to pop the 3, and he got it. Jakub Novic, what a start for him. The 7'4" beast out of Serbia as the Delta Devils are finally on the board. Center Manaruru Varem. I know I butchered that. As the Sun Devils get the steal, here's Jake Jackson. Of course, related to former Westlake linebacker Owen Jackson. Sun Devils passing it around, and it's James Harden who would hit the 3-pointer, take another look. Nothing but net for a potential future top pick in the NBA. Still a big lead here for Arizona State. Here's Harden inside for Njoka. Everybody do the Chamba. Njoka Chamba, this Nigeria native, I believe. I'm not entirely sure with the dunk. As here is Chamba now, the outside for Jake Jackson for 3. And the Sun Devils are dominating. Here is Kruger with it now, trying to make this game a little bit closer for the Delta Devils. Over to Stevenson. Gets it to Varem, who is blocked. Njoka. Everybody do the Chamba. There's Rakeem Lee showing off his inner Patrick Mahomes. And a nasty slam for the Sun Devils. As this big lead will continue to get bigger. Here is Harden. He's going to step in for 3, and he got it. James Harden for 3, extending the lead. Here's Harden again. With the fadeaway mid-range shot, he gets it. And this team is just really clicking on all cylinders. There's a quick three from Stevenson. No good. On the fast break, quickly, here comes the Sun Devils. Harden going to try to beat the buzzer. And he does. James Harden with a buzzer beater to end the first half. What a defensive showing from Arizona State. Your score 32-10. Mississippi Valley State has put up 10 points here in the first half. That is utter disgustingness. Here's Jake Jackson, top of the key for 3 early in the second half. Nice bucket for him. Here is Cordell Odia. Air ball. That's been the epiphany of this game. Arizona makes the 3. Just bad offense like that from the Delta Devils. It's been a disaster for them. Here comes Dean Balkson now off the bench. The launch shot is good. And his lead will continue to get bigger for the Sun Devils. Battle of the Devils in this game. I didn't even realize that. As there is Cameron Bavila with the bucket. And now Balkson with it. He's going to get it inside for Njoka Chamba. Short shot is no good, but rebounded by Mohamed Lester for the and one. Getting buckets like giving kids candy in the van. And the Arizona State Sun Devils will extend their lead even more. Here's Morris Summers, the 5'7" point guard, over to Maliva for the mid-ranger danger, as the Delta Devils have already matched their first half total in points. Summers' 3 is short. That's what she said. Njoka Chamba, the long pass for Ryland Fountain. No good. Gets his own board and will put back the layup. Nice bucket for him. Here comes Summers on the drive. Nice layup. And that's going to be an and one. Ryland Fountain called for the foul. There's a nice dunk for the Delta Devils. Take another look. Coming inside on the cut back pass, and he slams it home. Here's Balkson now over to Ryland Fountain. Doing some sort of spin move. Back to Balkson. Over to the open man. Ryland Fountain, no good. Rebounded by Njoka Chamba. And the Sun Devils are really just doing an excellent job of out-rebounding the Delta Devils. I mean, Arizona State certainly wins in the size game, especially with a 7'4" Jakub Novik. As there's Big Tuna, Richard Rivers Jr. with the and one. And now here comes the Sun Devils. Fountain over to Mo Lester. Kind of thought about popping the 3 for a second. Instead, he's going to get it to Chamba, over to Fountain, to the open man, Dean Balkson for 3. Arizona State was playing hot potato on that drive. Now Summers, inside pass stolen by Mohamed Lester. Here comes the Sun Devils, coast to coast, over to Ryland Fountain, going upstairs where Grandma hides the cookies. Nice slam for the senior guard. As not too much time left, about 3 minutes to go. Here's Deshaun Carter over to Lester. Gets it to Balkson, who's going to look for the walk-on. Zach Green, his first career shot attempt is an and one. Zach Green, not a guy who really gets to play, but because of a blowout, he gets garbage time minutes. These are Zach Green minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Nice bucket right there for the Delta Devils, trying to make this game a little bit closer as they are playing for pride. Here's Green now. He's going to pop the 3. No good. Rebounded by Njoka. Everybody do the Chamba. That's pretty much how this game would end. 33-60. Dominant showing from Arizona State. Jakub Novik wins player of the game. 13 points, 8 rebounds, and he barely played in the second half. I think he had 11 and 8 in the first half alone. Really got to see a lot of the bench in the second half. 11 points for Njoka Chamba, and really the inside was just dominant in this game for the Sun Devils. For the Delta Devils, Richard Rivers Jr. led the way with 12 points. He was their top offensive threat. Mississippi Valley State went 0 for 9 from 3, 12 for 50 from the field. That, according to my math, is 24% field goal percentage. Yikes. As we would play here against North Dakota State and get the win, 79-58. Good win for us, so we're now 3-3. 25 points for James Harden, 9 for 12 from the field, 7 for 9 from 3. That's what we like to see. Collier and Jackson also in the double figures. Only 1 rebound for Jakub Novik. A little bit surprising, but okay. As the 3-3 Arizona Sun Devils returning home to take on the Georgia Bulldogs, representing the Southeastern Conference. As no GOATs in the starting lineup, no Richard Rivers, Big Tuna-esque players, but there is some talent here for Georgia, including a freshman forward, Aleem Alder. As here is Harden, quick 3 contested, and he makes it, and he is pretty pumped about it. Here's Kendrick Umeh, the senior, on the drive, and he would be denied by Rakeem Lee. Sun Devils passing it quickly. Harden again for 3. Got it. Nice shot for James Harden. Arizona State's getting off to another hot start. Here's Dakota Collier for 3. Nothing but net. As the Sun Devils really getting off to a big early lead. Here's OUTTA over to Wayne Mead, the junior. He's going to go for the fadeaway mid-ranger, and it gets the toilet roll to fall in. And now OUTTA on the drive inside. What a pass for Wayne Mead, who gets the layup. Sun Devils now get the steal. Playing cops and robbers, taking it the distance. Rakeem Lee over to Carter. Long range 3, NBA range. Misses it, but the 7'4" beast out of Serbia, Jakub Novic, puts it back. It's Georgia trying to make this game closer. Dearman over to Dawn. And that's Mensa Dawn, the senior center, with the short shot. And then a beautiful slam for Rakeem Lee, the junior. As here is Mead inside, guarded by 2 defenders. Mead gets the hook shot to fall in. And then here is a nice layup for Eric Dearman, the junior. Witherspoon now, long-range shot, no good. Rebounded by OUTTA. Gets the layup to fall, and Georgia's playing a lot better. Here's Jake Jackson now. Tough shot, no good, but Njoka Chamba is right there for the putback. Now Kendrick OUTTA with it. OUTTA inside for Dawn. Mohamed Lester with the early jump. I don't know why. I guess it got faked out. And then Wayne Mead with the shooter's touch. Or that just might be a lucky bounce. Here's now Dean Bulkson. Quick 3 here late in the first half. About 3 minutes to go. Georgia on a roll after that slow start as Kendrick OUTTA will make the layup. And now here comes Shimokawa over to Witherspoon. A lot of the bench here in now for the Bulldogs. As Witherspoon with the layup, it will go in. Now Dean Bulkson trying to drive past a couple teammates. Over to Fountain inside for Njoka Chamba, who gets the reverse layup to go in. Now Shimokawa with it at the top of the key. Going to get the screen from OUTTA. Deep 3 blocked by Chamba. Gets it back and will not get the shot in. So that's how the first half will end. The Georgia Bulldogs lead it by a score of 37-31. Arizona State got off to an incredibly hot start, and Georgia played a lot better as the second half of the first half went along. There's a nice 3 for the Bulldogs. Witherspoon with the bucket. Harden now over to Jake Jackson. Jackson trying to drive. Tough defense from Aline Alder. Georgia now going to go for the switch as Ryland Fountain will pop the 3 from Atlanta far away. And now Harden with it over to Dean Bulkson. Bulkson trying to get to the top of the key. Tough defense. Gets it to the open man. Rakeem Lee for the roll-in layup. As here comes the Arizona State offense. They're playing well early in the second half. Jake Jackson gets the 3. Here's Kendrick OUTTA with the layup. Nice shot despite some pretty good defense as Jake Jackson with it. Jackson trying to get around defenders. Georgia was really not letting these Arizona State offensive players drive in. However, Jackson would get the and 1 as he gets the nice spin move and will take it coast to coast. Georgia almost gets the steal there. Jackson gets it back, passes it over Harden, who will make the 3. And now with about 8:45 to go, OUTTA over to the big fella, Bozeman. He's blocked inside. I believe that was Dean Bulkson with the play. Fountain now with it. Inside, and he loses it. Stolen by Witherspoon. Here comes the Bulldogs, taking it coast to coast as Kendrick OUTTA makes the layup. Now here's Dean Bulkson over to Harden. Harden slings it out for Ryland. Fountain, no good. Nice board by Bulkson. He's going to take it in himself for the layup as Kendrick OUTTA, tight defense from Jackson, over to his main man who's going to pass it to Alder. Nice defense from Njoka Chamba, but the shot rolls in. Georgia's had a lot of those nice toilet rolls as that shot would actually be blocked. Chamba gets it back. So here's Njoka Chamba over to Dakota Collier. Collier trying to drive. He's going to settle for the contested mid-range, and it will bounce in. Nice shot for Collier as Dearman, his mid-range shot would fall. As here is now Njoka Chamba over to Collier. His pass would be stiffed and stolen by the Bulldogs as going coast to coast is Eric Dearman for the layup. Late in this game now, 4:44 to go as Mead trying to show Jake Jackson some of his dribble moves over to Alder for the layup. And now Collier, He has two defenders sleeping for a second, and he capitalizes. Dakota Collier for three. Sun Devils down by 4 at the timeout, 60-56. Nice layup for the Dogs, making it a 6-point game as Jakub Novik with a massive three-pointer for the Sun Devils, trying to show that one three-pointer early in the last game was no fluke. But the Bulldogs are going to answer right back. Wayne Mead, the junior, for three. And now the Sun Devils are going to try to get klutzy with some of these shots. They just know they have to fall. As Jakub Novik on the putback gets a massive and one. Here is Mead. Nifty reverse layup, and it will fall. As only about just 50 seconds left. Harden is blocked. Lee over to Jakub Novik for three. No good. Rakeem Lee gets it again, and he will be blocked by Aleem Alder. So at this point, Arizona State not looking too good. Georgia with a quick three. Now under 10 seconds left. No shot clock. OUTTA will take the shot. Not a very sportsmanlike play, so because of that, Arizona State's going to try to get off a quick shot at the buzzer. Dakota Collier would be no good, and that's how this game ends. The Georgia Bulldogs win by a final score of 76-64. And even though Arizona State lost by 12, I think they played better than the score suggests, as they kept it really close against a better basketball team than the Georgia Bulldogs. Wayne Mead wins player of the game, 22 points, 9 for 10 from the field, 3 for 3, 100% from Atlanta, far, far away. Looking at the box score, Rakeem Lee led with 14 points, 12 for Novik, only 9 for Harden. He only took 7 shots. I'd like to see more from him. I'd like to see him get to the basket more, something he does very well in real life in the NBA for Houston. As we only shot 8 for 23 from 3. I was surprised when I saw that. I thought we would have shot better, but oh well, it is what it is. Meanwhile, for Georgia, Mead obviously with 22, OUTTA with the double-double, Dearman with 16, Akeem Alder with 10, and a very nice win here for the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't think Arizona State lost this game. I think Georgia was just a better team and won. So that'll do it for the episode. Next time, we will be simulating this Furman and Northern Colorado game. We're going to play at Virginia Tech and then head to Lawrence, Kansas to take on the number 1 7-0 Kansas Jayhawks. I'm not going to sim right now because I do want to get better at recruiting before I do that. So once again, if you do have any tips for recruiting, let me know in the comments below. So here's a look at the numbers through 7 games. We're currently 3-4. We did play some tough teams there, and we have some tough teams left on the schedule. 3 pretty easy non-conference games, but then the Virginia Tech game is a who knows, and Kansas, we're probably going to get massacred. This is the 2008 championship Kansas Jayhawks team with guys like Mario Chalmers leading the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Sorry I haven't been super consistent with this series. Peace.